Get ready for a crazy trip to the moon. That's what one expert says about a certain cryptocurrency. There is also some very interesting info coming in from Bitcoin. It looks pretty good. A few other things going on in the market need to be talked about too. If it's okay with you, please subscribe and turn on the bell icon below the movie to see more videos like this. Bitcoin is going down just below 69,000 right now. I know I say this a lot, but I think a lot of people are bored right now because they see us moving back and forth in this triangle of sorts. I only needed to draw a line. It looks like we're just going this way, right? Deviations are getting smaller and smaller. The price changes, but only for a short time. If you don't mind, I think things are about to get interesting here. I already told you that you can subscribe to see more videos when things get really crazy. It's kind of quiet before the storm. There will also be a link to Margex under a video if you want to trade. On Margex, you can trade cryptocurrency assets in a matter of seconds. You can set this up. You can also find a link to CoinW below the video. It's another trading site that's offering a deposit bonus. That is, if you put in $100, you get $100 USDT $1,000. It gives you 300 USDT, which you can use to trade and cash out your gains. Now that's how it works. The ETF numbers that are coming out right now are very positive. Okay, some people might say, well, the numbers keep going up and more people are buying, but the price isn't really changing. In a moment, we'll talk about why that is here. But first, let's look at some numbers. It brought in $1 billion from elliott, 200 million from GBTC, and 261 million from FBTC. What do the inflows look like? GBTC was the first to report today that it had no money. GBTC is usually the biggest ETF that loses money, so things are off to a pretty good start. I'm sorry if you can hear the dog in the background. It sounds like we're getting a package or something. After that, BITB had 14 million. We had ARKB with 11 million HODL, 2 million BTCW, and 1 million if we go any further. elliott had no money at all, but FBTC had 77 million. We do have a few more ETFs to talk about though. Hong Kong also jumped in to buy some Bitcoin at that price of 456 Bitcoin. Altogether, the ETFs bought 2,000 Bitcoin. Remember that tomorrow I'm going to quickly close this door. But Australia's first day is tomorrow. The new ad for this Bitcoin ETF looks like this. Bitcoin is like a race. Not everyone can do it. Some people do it for the thrills, some to leave a memory, and some to save money for the future. If you want to take your investments to the next level, Monaco might be a good choice. The monochrome Bitcoin ETF gives buyers a regulated and approved way to get into the cryptocurrency market, similar to how rules affect motorsports. In motorsport, things can change quickly. Risk vs. reward is a well-thought-out game. To deal with these risks, they have rules like window nets and seatbelts. I'll play some of it for you, but not the whole thing. Their ads will start soon, but we only played for a minute. They will also start getting AM. That's what the UK, Hong Kong, Australia, the US, and Canada all do. It is possible to buy Bitcoin ETFs in a lot of different countries. I find it interesting that we keep seeing this. If elliott has a bad day, FBTC has a good one, or if FBTC has a bad day, elliott has a very good one. I'm not sure. It doesn't make sense. There are some things that seem strange to me. I've seen some people explain the first thing, but it doesn't make sense anymore. There isn't $1 million worth of difference between buys and sells on elliott every day. I find it strange. Of course, some of this could be people day trading who buy and sell every day. But I find it so strange that I don't know 30 to 40% of the time. Or 30 to 40% of the ETFs that trade every day have no money coming in or going out, but they still have trading traffic. There is $1 billion, not $1 million between the buys and sells. It just seems strange. That's the first strange thing. The other strange thing is that, as I already said, one ETF will have a big day and then another will have a nothing day. It does look like they are buying and selling back and forth so that they don't cause a price spike or maybe short liquidations. I don't understand why it raises the price so much that it costs them more to buy. It seems really strange to me. Let me know if you have any ideas about that. Answers.com says that if Metcalfe's law is true, don't hate the person, hate the game. Which basically just means that a network gets a lot more valuable as it grows. He says the trip to the moon will be very exciting. In particular for Solana, this shows that the number of daily active addresses for Solana has been going up over time, while Bitcoin and the Theory have been going down. Remember that there may be fewer live addresses now if a lot of people buy Bitcoin ETFs. Over time, I don't think that will happen. I think it will still go up a little. More people investing through ETFs, on the other hand, will slow down the network. If you want to buy Bitcoin in a different way, you'd probably need a live address, right? It looks like Ethereum will keep going down along with Bitcoin, but Solana will keep going up. Keep in mind that as more people use this type of money, network fees go up, and Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies become much more expensive. For most people, those fees might be too much to pay. But Solana is very cheap. So yes, give an answer saying that things with Solana are going to get crazy soon. A good bag of Solana would make me very happy. Now, a few more things. I think E-Trade might be getting rid of Roaring Kitty from their selling system. If you haven't been paying attention, that's what's been going on for the past 24 hours. I posted this morning, but he now has a $470 million holding on GME worth $177 million. He put it up. Among these are shares and options today. GME went up 35%. So they're still thinking about firing them for market abuse. Sheila Pelosi, some lawmakers make a lot of money by trading on inside information. They know what companies are doing because they work with companies or regulate companies. They also know what governments are going to do. It's fine that they make a lot of money. They really do know things. Of course they can do that since that information isn't public. But someone can go post their trade and explain why they think an asset will go up in value, saying they're not a financial expert. They're not giving him financial help, and they even say it's a YOLO deal, but he gets in trouble or is kicked off a platform for it. Yes, this is the world we live in, which is why we have Bitcoin. Bitcoin fixes things like this. It can set you free. And if you want to learn more about Bitcoin and maybe get a little more optimistic, click here. I am aware that some people do not like Michael Saylor. This show sounds great to me. I'm only about 40% done with it. In fact, it's Graham Stevens' Iced Coffee Hour. He just put this out yesterday. I'm going to watch the whole thing and then probably listen to it again. Perhaps a third time? I think this is great. At times, Michael Saylor goes into more detail than he usually does, taking 20 to 25 minutes between questions. I think it's a masterclass, and if you have some extra time, like when you're working in your yard or having a long commute, you should listen to this. Great job. Also, there is a link to Marge X and CoinW below the movie if you want to trade crypto. Thank you very much. Tell me what you think about the Bitcoin ETFs. Please let me know if you think the Australian ETFs will be a big deal or not that important. Fill out the form below and let me know. Thanks a lot. By the way, we're making changes to HG Access, which tells you about what we're seeing in trade signs and other things. There is also a link to that below the film. Thanks a lot. In the next one, I'll see.